Realme X2 Pro will sport a 90Hz display with Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 Plus. Now, Realme is not really a company that is well known. Seeing this really caught my attention in that retrospect, and I mean, this is what they're saying: full speed flagship,
855 plus,
90Hz display. We don't know whether it's going to be quad high definition or full high definition, but relatively, because of the 90Hz, that's caught attention. The next thing is the ×20 hybrid zoom. So that means we should be expecting something around what the Reno 2 is doing with Oppo. So potentially ×6 optical with ×10 and ×20 hybrid zoom. For someone that praises R&D going into battery and charging, 4,000 mAh battery, 65 watt Super VOOC charging 2.0, which is something that I've covered already in terms of what Oppo announced with their 65 watt Super VOOC 2.0 charging, 30 watt wireless charging, and then their their VOOC charging 4.0, which is 30 watt cable charging, up from the 20 watt from before that was found on the Reno 1. This is something where they're saying launching very soon in Spain. So in terms of the demographic as well, Spain is somewhere that is very popular in Europe. So in terms of global attention, that will get some attention. But sometimes these products get announced in places that don't really get attention and don't get really any kind of traction in that retrospect. I wasn't expecting to see a product like this from Realme. I don't know specifically the models that Realme bring out, but I know that they bring out phones that are £200 and less, you know, because of their business model. So this is a very interesting direction that they're taking. And I don't know, again, I think the secret sauce to some extent to what really makes OnePlus unique is their software experience, because the fact that even the official Android Twitter handle, you know, tweeted out that out of the box, this is the first phone to support Android 10. That's a big deal in terms of how seriously OnePlus takes their software experience to really line up to Google's vision, but their vision as well. So I think that will ultimately be the winning case for OnePlus when it comes to the 7T and other devices that are going to be announced on the 10th. But I still think this is very interesting, because for their business model, I didn't think they were going to step into this arena, but kind of go balls deep, where they've got the latest, you know, chipset from Qualcomm. They've got a 90Hz display in some capacity, and the charging tech, if this is something that is really true, that is interesting. That is interesting. So I don't know what the other software experience is going to be when it comes to software and camera. You're charging a 4,000 mAh battery to full charge in 25 minutes. Let that sink in. 25 minutes, yeah, from dead zero. We're talking about dead zero. So that means the battery is not even doing any form of trickle charge. It's just beasting through all the way. The camera is not that great and the software is a bit finicky. If they price this in a very aggressive manner, this could really cause some weird disruption there. I don't know what people think about it, but I'll pass it over to you, Damien.
Like I say, my only trepidation with a lot of these subdivision brands that really kind of target a certain demographic, and it's usually India. It's usually going to be people who want the highest end specifications, want everything for nothing, if that makes sense. That's not bad. You get as much value as possible, but the battery charging tech is awesome, because we're now reaching the point where we're going to be able to charge our phones in next to no time, and charging overnight is something that I don't do myself now anyway. I try not to, because I can't imagine it's good for the battery life. My only concern with this is what is the longevity of the battery when you're putting 65 watts through there every day or twice a day, because some people who are going to be buying this phone for performance, they're going to absolutely hammer that battery, and they're going to hammer that display, they're going to hammer the internals, and I'm not sure how Realme do things kind of like parallel. I can see that with Xiaomi with their Poco line, for instance. Like,
yes,
they do use a lot of the stuff is not quite the top end of certain parts and internals. So over time, it does degrade in quality, and the display was where they cut the most corners with the Poco phone. But and I'm not sure how Realme are going to do it with a 90Hz display. Either they're going to have a really poor 90Hz display, 90Hz LCD display, not good enough. If this is a 90Hz LCD display, you'll know it's poor. And I imagine if they're going to be targeting that sub £400 price point, it's going to be an LCD display. And there's just, to me, I don't F with LCD displays with above 60 Hz refresh rates, because you're literally.
Good shout.
It's pointless. It makes no sense.
That's a good shout. That's one thing I missed when I picked up this article during the week. I just assumed it was going to be an OLED panel. There's no say for it being an OLED panel. So I feel like it's going to be the Honor approach as well, because I've noticed that with Honor's phones are all LCD panels. So even when they did the hole punch display, it was still on an LCD panel. So it's like, it's still LCD, man. It's like it don't really drop. It don't really drop.
It's all well and good having the good internals, but to me, the display is the thing that you interact with day in day out. Would I take a better quality 60 Hz display over a LCD 90 Hz? And these are usually quite poor. 100%. And I think again, the Samsung approach is we're not putting high refresh rate in just yet because we're going to master what we do in our current refresh rate. So put maybe a black mark against the Realme X2 Pro before we even see it. In all honesty, if anyone will do it, it's going to be a derivative of Oppo who can come out and put these things into a device so Xiaomi profit margin system means that they can't make more than 5% profit a year, isn't it? So that's maybe why they cut the corners so that they can even cut their own profit margins. But some of the guys are saying under £600 might be enticing.
They have to.
They have to. So.
In India, the price of the OnePlus 7T, if you do the exchanges, is about £500, $500, or even less. They have to. Like, there's no way. And I think you bringing the attention of the fact that it's potentially an LCD 90 Hz panel, that already is a big no-no for me personally. I just assumed it was going to be an FHD plus AMOLED panel at 90 Hz. And even if it's a poor,
it will be full HD.
Yeah.
It's not that for the pricing they're going to do, it's going to have to be.
It's going to have to be. It's going to have to be. And I think
if it matches the quality of the LCD, the panel in the 7T, then we're talking. Now we're talking to a OnePlus 7T rival.
Yeah.
At
So
this point in time.
Yeah. No, that was well picked up because I didn't pick that up. So I have to agree with that. So it's now the display, and also the software experience, and also the camera that are questioned now. So as impressive as it is, and I got to give props to the fact that I just picked it up randomly, and I was like, okay, this is not Realme that I've known. Like, I don't know Realme to go into this like deep flagship territory. So this is something that just caught my attention. So I think if I just did the show solo, I would have missed the fact that I might have picked it up, but there's a likelihood chance of my mind just told me that if you're bringing out a phone nowadays, right, if it's not AMOLED, i.e. referencing to the Pixel 3a and Pixel 3a XL, you can say that they're not the highest quality AMOLED, but they're still AMOLED, which is still better than, it's still a good quality above what an LCD panel is nowadays, right? So you can say it's not like a flashy AMOLED panel with maybe HDR10 certification or 10 plus certification, max peak brightness I hear, but it's still an AMOLED panel. It's still going to look way nicer to someone. It's still going to mimic that experience. But now, picking up on that, that's a big where it's like, you make the argument of, oh wow, you see this? But like, look, to be honest, the software is going to be better on a OnePlus. The screen is going to be way better on a OnePlus. You know, the camera potentially is going to be way better because they've worked at it over a continuous period from the feedback that they had with the 7 series into here, and they're going to keep working at it, right? Fine, the charging is impressive, like very impressive, but then again, Warp Charge 30T is still very impressive because when the screen is off, the phone charges in 50 minutes. When the screen is on, it practically recharges in 55 minutes. That's still going to be under an hour, you know, so it's great. You can recharge in 25 minutes. Like, don't want to take any accolades away from such amazing technology. It's probably most likely you're using 2 5-volt batteries in one system, like what Oppo do. So in terms of, you know, the wear and tear on it, it will slow down less compared to if it was a single cell, right? But I think you've wrapped it up well, mate. So I don't disagree at all. So let's see what they do. I'll still pay attention to it. You might even pick it up and they might send you one for you to see for yourself. And
maybe.
Yeah, you never know because they're breaking out. They might have the budget to send it out to people for them to read. So if you do pick it up, I'll be eager to see your commentary on it and see what's down for that.